Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So the big question was, when does my next remote viewing course start? And I said it's after the next full moon, which is on February 12th. That means that it's the following Tuesday that it begins on February 18th. So if you've signed up or send me an email, I'll get to you this week and we can arrange payment. And welcome, Liz Cross and everybody else. Thanks for joining us from Monday Morning Consciousness Transformation Technique, where we can recover from a late night of watching Super Bowl Madness. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, thank you. The last few days, I always try to give you guys something from the CTT sessions. Now, something that came through for our hairdresser, um, over, the last few days was really interesting. And I don't want you to all think that she's dying because she's not. She's got a long life ahead, but she is thinking of retiring or at some point will approach the ability to retire. It all depends on the salon where she works and all of that. Now, what we discovered over the weekend, we did a past life regression using the CTT, which is the powerhouse of the CTT, by the way. And we were, uh, she found herself in a very murky, she was a fish. She found herself in very murky water, and somehow the water had become polluted and the fish were dying. And what had happened was that the uh she couldn't find a way out, right? It was like things were closing in on her. So as we looked forward, we saw that this was very representative, what spirit were telling us, of the dying process. And what does that mean? So not everybody passes that way, but naturally, if you live long enough, we all have to die sometime. And the dying process was about sort of like the net closing in. Okay. So you start out and you start maybe with like one or two little health issues. And then, you start out with a few more and it's about the end of life. Now, what we got from that session was that, you start you lose some of your mobility and you start to become more isolated, and you can't get out anymore, and your friends aren't around anymore, right? And your health problems are kind of holding you hostage, and you become hyper focused on them, of course, but eventually what it was about was self-acceptance, and you have to move into this place of accepting that you will eventually, this is your end of life, and you have to, move into this acceptance that this is what is happening. Now, does it mean that you give up? No, 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 no. It doesn't mean that you give up, but it means that, you have to accept that, life has a birth and it has an ending, it has a death. And how you want to structure it is very important. So, how did this fit into her session? Well, it fit into her session because, what is she going to do when she retires? And it's not simply about planning for the first, 5 years of retirement. So, a lot of people think of, leaving in the short term, leaving work in the short term. So, but it wasn't about that. The message was you have to make sure that you're looking at the long-term picture, which is a good 30, 35 years, right? Is what we got for her. And you have to make sure that you're planning not for the short term, because you've got to plan for the long term. And it was about accepting this stage in your life. Right now, you're at the last stage of your life. Doesn't mean that it's a short stage by any stretch of the imagination, but it was about making sure that you understood that. And the other thing that we got is, now depression runs in her lineage, and she didn't mind if I shared this. So we thank you so much for allowing me to share with everybody. But depression runs in her lineage. Now, we all know what type of place salons are, right? Salons are happy places, aren't they? They're exciting places. They're high energy, especially if you have a lot of gay guys working there, right? It's great. And they're high energy and everybody looks nice and everybody feels good. And you want people to come sit down in your chair and you want them to feel good. And you everybody's like this really high vibrational state. It's just naturally a fun, high vibrational frequency place to be. Now, our hairdresser, deep down on the inside, has depression. And unbeknownst to her, it was never really apparent until we started doing the CTT, or maybe she knew it was there, but never really paid much attention to it. Because why? Well, she doesn't have to. She goes from her home and she goes into this really high, happy, high energy environment, and it's wonderful, right? Well, what does that do? What we got was that choice of career overcompensates for the depression frequency that is going on inside of her, right? So she's managed to keep it at bay from the point of she's in this environment most days. And so it's easy to keep depression at bay when you're in that type of environment. But what is she going to do when she retires, right? And this was all about when she retires. And what we got very strongly was from now until the point she retires, which could be a year from now, 2 years, 5 years from now. But what is she going to do with this energy inside of her that is pulling her down, which is this depressive energy? We got that it had to be a priority to fix it before she retires, because once she is no longer exposed to that very high functioning, high vibrational, laugh happy, everybody, it's so great to see everyone environment, that she is going to sink down into depths of despair. Okay. Yeah, aerobics is also high energy. Anything like that, right? That you do frequently. But you have to understand that if you have these negative energies, these negative emotions going on inside, right? And as you're going back into the life path, and you're getting to this last stage of your life, and everything's starting to dwindle down and slow down, as in, your social outlet, okay? Because being in a salon is highly sociable. And when things start to dwindle down and scale back, these negative energies, they start to take over. And then you can find yourself in a very depressed state, or maybe you're suffering anxiety. Usually anxiety and depression go hand in hand, by the way. Anxiety is there as a buffer to stop you from being even more traumatized and even more depressed, because it's the brain's job to make sure that we extend the longevity here as long as possible on the earth plane, right? So how do we do that? If we're depressed, well, if we sink down into really deep depression, we don't want to stay on the earth plane. Well, that's not the brain doing its job. Okay. The brain somehow has to wire itself, and it lays down this energy, or somehow this energy of anxiety is laid down. It's usually surrounding the energy of depression, and it also is sitting on top of the energy of depression. Okay. So you have to, once you start peeling through, if you're doing the CTT, once you start peeling through, basically you're peeling off the layer of anxiety, or many layers of anxiety usually, and then you start targeting the depression layers. Okay. So that's how it usually works. But what we got very strongly was, if you are in a position, a very sociable position, you like your people that you work with, or you have things that you do socially. And as you're going into that latter stage of life, you have to really focus. It's very important to focus on entering that last stage with no negative emotions whatsoever, right? Because those negative emotions pull you down. It's inevitable that you will face, if you live long enough, remember what I said, if you live long enough, the dying process, which is where things are closing in, eventually you end up where you're not able to do much. Most people, not all, obviously not all, but you cannot allow those negative emotions to take over. And if you can't get rid of those negative emotions, it's very difficult to go into a place of acceptance that this is where I am in my life, right? So I just thought that was really, really cool and really important. And I've never come across a CTT session like that. Okay, so what are we going to do? We got very strongly also in another CTT session about how we're being held hostage by our negative emotions. They hold us hostage. They keep us down. They don't allow us to be productive. They don't allow us to achieve what we want in life. So I thought today we would work on the, freeing ourselves from being held hostage by negative emotions. Is that okay with everybody, by the way? Is everybody all right with that one? Somebody's got a birthday. I see cakes flying around. Sorry, I'm jumping through the chat. All right, so that's what we will work on today. Thank you. And thank you all for being here. And always thank you, Mr. Reality, for hosting us and just, being able to control everything because I can't do it all. All right, so that's what I thought we would work on. Now, couple of things once we start, you always know, those of you that have been coming to the CTT for a long time, do not leave. Once we open, you cannot leave until close. Okay, if you have to leave, I would suggest at your earliest opportunity, you go back into a CTT video, you find a closing, and you close it down. All right? We've got some newbies here. Thank you for coming. Second thing, if you are prone to seizure activity, your brain cannot handle highly stimulating energy. You're on seizure medication. You've had seizures before. There's a history of seizures, right? Anything like that. Please do not do the CTT. It is very dangerous for you. You will feel the energy moving around the body and the brain, and you can feel the buzzing. And that is the consciousness expansion, by the way. And that is the rewiring, because CTT does rewire your brain and it rewires the body. And maybe you can't handle that because of seizures. Please do not do the CTT. I'm begging you. All right, so let's start. Where you're going to be is where Mr. Reality is. You're going to follow me, and we're going to go ahead and do the opening. If you do have any questions, drop them in the chat, please, because I cannot answer one-to-one messages. Do not one-to-one message me. I love you all. I really do, but I need to do my job. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
an optimum etheric Faraday cage.
an optimum etheric Faraday cage,
I thought I'd test you all this morning, as well as
as well as
an optimum etheric pyramid
an optimum etheric pyramid
for the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
for the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right, I thought I'd test you all. You can play around with the wording so you don't get bored. And so the next one is going to be the treasures, right? And that is a George Duzman. This is his. and we will start with treasures. All right, so let's go. There's a, hold on just one moment. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, treasures. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum ability to see,
the optimum ability to see,
recognize,
recognize,
use, and enjoy
use, and enjoy
the treasures in and all around us.
the treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
And the last one, which is the most important part of the opening, which is the optimum activation of all of our spiritual helpers and divine teams. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum activation
the optimum activation
of all of our spiritual helpers and divine teams.
of all of our spiritual helpers and divine team.
They will immediately take away any and all negative energy.
They will immediately take away any and all negative energy.
They will transport it immediately into the spirit world
They will transport it immediately into the spirit world
and transmute it into white light positive karma back into the universe.
and transport it into white light positive karma back into the universe.
The part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I'm giggling because the energy feels really, really good. All right. So here we go. We're going to word it. That was our opening. So we're going to do our optimum activation. Liz, get your head together. Must be all the sugar and the cupcakes this weekend. Oh, Lord help me. So we want to easily and joyfully manifest the optimum, if you can spell properly. Optimum, what should we do here, Mr. Reality? Ability to what? Not be held hostage by our negative emotions?
Is this for the Kansas City Chiefs we're doing it?
That is so funny. Oh, Taylor Swift lost. Okay, by our negative emotions without any negative consequences. All right. You ready? Here we go. Let me type that in. I think I messed it up when I was typing it, but whatever. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum ability
the optimum ability
not to be held hostage
not to be held hostage
without our by our negative emotions
by our negative emotions
without any negative consequences.
without any negative consequences.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. This feels good. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I will be interested to know what you got.
I feel like somebody's strangling me, trying to keep me down.
The feeling that someone is strangling you. Well, yeah, that's your that's your negative emotions, right? They do weigh us down. They are a big weight on us. And that's why whenever we do an energy exchange here with the CTT, we feel lighter. Why? Because dark energy weighs more than light energy. And when we get rid of dark energy, we feel lighter. Yeah, that makes total sense. All right, if you guys get anything, drop it in the chat. Let's keep going. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal
let go and heal.
this weighted feeling.
This weighted feeling,
I am being held hostage.
I'm being held hostage.
My negative emotions have trapped me.
My negative emotions have trapped me.
I am unable to adjust.
I am unable to adjust.
I have no mental and psychological flexibility.
I have no mental and psychological flexibility.
I cannot cope.
I cannot cope.
I cannot get over the trauma.
I cannot get over the trauma.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. My chest and my throat and my head, they all feel very heavy. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, what did you get?
I got that the only release from this feeling is death.
Very true. Yeah. You know what? And here's the thing that gets me. And as we are working as a group, going through this together, like this is what we're doing. By the way, somebody asked me, Liz, how did you contract CTT into your life plan? And apparently I was I was up in the spirit world with my shingle out saying, I have a way I think we can ascend. Me and George. Me and George were up there and we were promoting like this new idea and I was to carry it forward, right? Because I'm more vocal than George. I mean, George wasn't quiet by any stretch of the imagination, but obviously it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, it needed me. And we had our shingle out and there was a whole long line of souls up there, I have an idea. I have an idea. Sign up here, right? So all of you that are in this group, all of you that listen to the CTT, whether it be now in 2025, or you could be listening to this years from now, right? You contracted this in, right? This was contracted into your life plan for sure. So what did we all get here? Somebody had a friend pop into their head. That's great. That's wonderful. Send your friend gratitude. That's fantastic. So yeah, and you know, it's a weighted feeling. And we do get held hostage. And what gets me is people think that, or we're so programmed by religion that, oh, all will be right when we hit the spirit world. Well, as we know now, that is not the case, right? We get up into the spirit world. We have now lost all ability to process. We're not up in the spirit world to move energy around. That's not what we do. We need a physical body and to be here on the earth plane to move that energy back and forth, right? That keeps consciousness alive all the way to the very top. That's what we're doing. This is a consciousness machine. And I'm saying it again for those new people that are listening today. But so this whole idea that when we get to the spirit world, everything's going to be great, wonderful, forgiven, healed, and all that. No, no, you can't fix things up there. All you can do is plan for the next lifetime. Very, very strongly. I mean, Mr. Reality goes through those old time photos, and what do we get every single time? I'm planning on the next one. That's what I'm up here doing. I'm trying to make good plans. So the best time to fix all of these issues is here now on the earth plane, right? So let's keep going. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
We think that everything will be healed.
We think that everything will be healed.
It will magically disappear
It will magically disappear
when we are in spirit.
when we're in spirit.
We're just waiting to die here.
We are just waiting to die here.
We are not worried about fixing these issues.
We're not worried about fixing the issues.
This has all become an impossible task.
This has all become an impossible task.
We just ignore them and they go away.
We just ignore them and they go away.
Once we get into spirit, we don't have to worry about this ever again.
Once we get into spirit, we don't have to worry about this ever again.
What else?
I can't let go of my emotions because they're my crutch.
I can't let go of my emotions because they're my crutch. I feel like I'm drowning in my sea of negative emotions.
I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of negative emotions.
My negative emotions interfere with my conscious mind thinking.
My negative emotions interfere with my conscious mind thinking.
They create negative self-talk chatter in my head all day long.
They create negative self-talk chatter in my head all day long.
When I am about to make a bad decision,
When I'm about to make a bad decision,
a decision of self-sabotage,
a decision of self-sabotage,
those negative emotions take control and help me do it.
the negative emotions take control and help me do it.
What else?
Every decision I make is bad.
Yeah, there we're all on the same page. Every decision I make is bad. I feel like I have no options.
I have no options.
Time is running out.
Time is running out.
I don't know where this is coming from. I'm in a fit of rage.
I'm in a fit of rage
Every time I have to address another issue,
every time I have to address another issue.
I cannot cope with this struggle.
I cannot cope with this struggle.
Earth plane life is too heavy.
Earth plane life is too heavy.
I've forgotten how to have fun and laugh.
I have forgotten how to have fun and laugh.
What else?
I feel blindfolded to my real choices.
I feel blindfolded to my real choices. I cannot cope with this.
I cannot cope with this.
What else?
I'm being sucked down the drain.
I'm being sucked down the drain. I'm circling the drain.
I'm circling the drain.
Anything else? That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
that part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I'm getting a lot of anger cropping up. What are you getting?
I got this imagery of being in a battle in a theater of war and not having any control over it and just being at the mercy of the other soldiers around me trying to shoot at me.
Hmm. What do you think that's representative of?
Uh, I got an image of the overseer looking over that theater of war. And so, we're just going through the pantomime while we're down here and we don't take
Hmm.
action on what we can make a choice and change.
But there's also a feeling of absolute betrayal because they're watching us struggle, right? And it feels like they're not helping. That I got that as well. It's like they're watching us. They're seeing us struggle. Our loved ones in spirit, we're asking for help. Nobody's helping. I got that very, very strongly. There was a girl that put a comment on one of the YouTube videos, like she has a dodgy leg or something. Something was going on. She's like, I don't even care. I will tell Source, I am not doing this again. I want to go to the incinerator. Well, I got news for her because we asked a few days ago, we asked Source, can we actually choose to not reincarnate? Can we say, send me to the incinerator? And guess what the answer was? It was a big fat no. No, you only get to the incinerator when Source chooses you go to the incinerator. And you only get there by your energy field. It has been so overtaken by dark energy. You're a complete dud. You're a waste of space in the universe. You've been given chance after chance after chance after chance, like millions of chances, and then it doesn't, it's not helping you.
The
And
Bell
she
Witch.
is of the, yeah, she's of the firm belief system. It's one of those that follow, and unfortunately he shut his channel down. I wish he wouldn't have, because he's great. He had 150,000 followers, but she's one of those that also followed this thing that I'm not going to the light. Well, somebody then wrote that the void is peaceful. Well, you mustn't have been in that void for very long, because what happens is when you're outside of that universal protection and you're in the void, the dark are coming to get you, right? Because the soul is like the greatest asset out there. It really is. It's the essence, it's the spark. And
Maybe they could be a double
you know,
agent, work for the dark and then come back to the light.
oh, that's a good question. So can we be double agents? No. Once you're gone, you're gone. And once you're gone, you're gone. That was a good question, Mr. Reality. But this whole thing of I'm just going to beg to go to the incinerator and I'm going to refuse to play the game, that was a big no. No, you don't have that choice. None of us do. So you may as well make the most of it while you can. You've been given this tool, and it's not just this tool. We have lots of tools at our disposal. I quite like this one because it's quick and it's easy, and you don't have to go into some drug-induced coma, and you don't have to go into hypnotherapy and all that, right? I like it. But, you've got to make the most of your time here. What I got from your thing is betrayal. So let's keep going. Again, if you guys get something, drop it in the chat. All right, let's keep going. My head is like really buzzing. It feels like cotton wool as well. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
I think I can choose my circumstances.
I think I can choose my circumstances.
I think that it would be better if I'm not in this reincarnation cycle.
I think it would be best if I'm not in this reincarnation cycle.
I refuse to play this game.
I refuse to play this game.
I'm not interested in sustaining consciousness.
I am not interested in sustaining consciousness.
My mind is a Brillo pad.
My mind is a Brillo pad.
That's so funny. What else?
I'm stuck in this theater of war.
I'm stuck in this theater of war. I feel betrayed. They're looking down on me and they're not helping me.
I feel betrayed. They're looking down and not helping me.
I feel like I'm out here all on my own.
I feel like I'm out here all on my own.
I'm stuck in my negative trauma.
I'm stuck in my negative trauma.
I'm on a merry-go-round of failure and no help.
I'm on the merry-go-round of failure with no help.
What else?
I expect the worst to always happen.
I expect the worst to always happen. My anxiety controls me.
My anxiety controls me.
My fear controls me.
My fear controls me.
What else?
Without my fear and worry and hate, I have nothing.
Without my fear, worry, and hate, I have nothing. And those statements right there just brought a lot of anxiety up in my chest. What else?
No one is watching me, so why does it matter?
No one is watching me, so why does it matter? I can't seem to connect outside of myself.
I cannot seem to connect outside of myself.
I don't trust the universe.
I don't trust the universe.
Trauma controls me.
Trauma controls me.
What else?
Source has abandoned me.
Source has abandoned me.
My
Oh,
guides have
that was a good
abandoned
one.
me.
My guides have abandoned me. My ancestors, my loved ones. I feel totally abandoned.
My ancestors, everyone has totally abandoned me. I feel abandoned.
My ego's fear and anxiety are out of control.
My ego, fear, and anxiety are out of control.
What else?
I'll fix it next time.
I'll fix it next time. Yeah, I got the same thing. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, let's close this one out. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it. It is done.
Too many distractions to take me off of my processing journey. What did you get?
I got this flash image of Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore, who are the stranded astronauts up in the space station.
Oh,
So they feel abandoned.
wow.
They're and stuck in a void, which is where we are.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, really. They've just been abandoned up there. How long have they been up there?
Oh, like 9 months.
How awful.
But
Wow.
we're like that too. We feel that sense of abandonment and like we're stuck in a void.
Yeah. Wow. All right. That was a good one. Yeah, just stuck. We're stuck. We could have 5, 10, 15, 20,000 more human lifetimes to sort this out. Mm, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
I don't appreciate what I have.
I don't appreciate what I have.
I don't see how special I am.
I don't see how special I am.
I don't think my existence is meaningful.
I do not think my existence is meaningful.
I'm just a janitor cleaning up everybody's mess.
I'm just a janitor cleaning up everybody's mess.
There's too many distractions.
There are too many distractions.
There's no end in sight.
There's no end in sight.
What else? I'm stranded.
I am stranded.
I'm in the void already.
I'm in the void already.
What else?
There's no light at the end of this tunnel.
There's no light at the end of this tunnel. Yeah. What else?
I prioritize everyone else over my own self-love.
I prioritize everyone else over my own self-love. I cannot seem to get my head and my thoughts together.
I cannot seem to get my head and my thoughts together.
Everything is just so mainstream.
Everything is just so mainstream.
What else?
I'm slipping and I can't get control or I can't get a grip.
I'm slipping and I can't get a grip on my emotions. Yeah. And I can't get control of them. That goes back into where somebody is getting into a fit of rage every time they connect with their negative emotions. I felt that very strongly. I'm used to feeling uncomfortable. There's no balance.
I'm used to feeling uncomfortable. There's no balance.
I don't feel as if I have enough information to navigate my way.
I don't feel as if I have enough information to navigate my way.
What else?
I'm trapped in my own force field of despair.
I'm trapped in my own force field. Yes. What else? Anything else? I open my mouth to speak or call for help, yet no voice.
I open my mouth to speak, yet no voice.
Yeah. And I'm still getting like this big betrayal. I feel completely betrayed by everyone around me.
I feel completely betrayed by everyone around me.
There's no support system,
There is no support system,
yet I'm always there to support them.
yet I'm always there to support them.
Anything else? Okay, we'll close this one down. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Now, I actually feel a bit lighter after that round. What did you get?
No, I still feel like I'm being choked by my own negative emotions and that they're holding me
Mm,
down.
mm. Okay.
Ancient civilization, itchy throat. Someone's got a pain in their kidney,
Oh,
a low back.
so that pain in the kidney, that is an indication that that's where you store emotions. Whenever you're feeling pain like that, or, a heaviness in and around the body, especially a sharp pain when we're doing CTT, it's an indicator, hey, wake up. I'm storing negative emotions here. What else does that mean? That means that that area of your body is also vulnerable. Okay. Because when you store negative emotions over a long period of time in a certain area of the body, it will end up and could end up, not will, but could end up causing diseases or damage in that area. Now, what you can do is you can break your body down by regions and clear out negative emotions by region. So if you want to focus on your feet and then left leg, then right leg, and you can maybe even break it down. That was Senior Manifesto that came up with that too. And you basically you focus on different organs in and around the body. Maybe you hold it in your eyes, maybe in the head, chest, throat, wherever, and you use it, region by region, and you go through and you get rid of those negative emotions. Now, how do you do that? Well, you would open responsibly, okay? Then you would scale it. And even though you're not coming up with the information behind those emotions, behind that heaviness, it doesn't matter. The fact that you're scaling it is fine. So somebody says kidney here, right? So on a scale of 0 to 10, how heavy are the negative emotions in my kidney? Oh, they're at a 10. Well, then you scale it. There's a part of me that knows how to let go and heal these 10 level emotions stored in my kidney that are causing pain. That part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. Finish out the round, go back in. What is the level now? Now it's a 9. And you keep using the CTT and going in rounds, and you want to get to a 1 or a 0. And when you get to a 1 or a 0, that's when you close it down, right? Then you go to the closing and you fill in the space with optimum guidance, positive. You know the drill, right? That's how you do it if you want to do it region by region. And you can do that for other people. It may not necessarily be you. Don't focus on the pain itself or the ache itself or the problem itself. If you go blazing in there working on someone's cancer, right? More likely than not, what's going to happen is you're going to get filaments of that cancer going into energy strands, going straight to your energy field. Now you're carrying those filaments. And if you are not optimally healthy, you could end up developing cancer. You have to learn about Russell Targ's daughter, who was doing that exact thing. She was going in, connecting with people with these very rare forms of brain tumors. And within a year, she was dead of the same brain tumor, even though there was no history of that running in her family. So this, energy healing is not a toy. It has to be taken very, very seriously. All right, and responsibly. Okay, so let's keep going. So you've still got stuff in the throat and chest. Don't feel safe. Fear. Let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
All of this fear I hold around my body and energy field,
All of this fear I hold around my body and energy field.
I cannot let it go.
I cannot let it go.
I don't trust that the universe can actually fix this
I do not trust the universe can actually fix this.
by pulling in their white light and positive energy.
By pulling in the white light and positive energy.
My negative emotions have a strong hold on me.
My negative emotions have a strong hold on me.
I can't seem to break free.
I cannot seem to break free.
I uncover a lot of sadness whenever I connect with these emotions.
I uncover much sadness when I connect to these emotions.
I don't want to go there again.
I don't want to go there again.
I just can't face it one more time.
I just can't face it one more time.
I'm not strong enough.
I'm not strong enough.
I'm beaten down
I am beaten down
by just daily living.
by the daily living.
And when I think things are on the up and up,
And when I think things are on the up and up,
a big wave of trauma comes back my way.
a big wave of trauma comes back my way.
I just cannot seem to get rid of all of it.
I cannot seem to get rid of all of this.
I must have been a terrible person in my past life.
I must have been a terrible person in a past life.
I must have done really horrible things.
I must have done really horrible things.
I do not feel safe here.
I do not feel safe here.
What else?
I have nothing but bad days ahead.
I have nothing but bad days ahead. I don't know any better.
I don't know any better.
I am not self-reliant.
I am not self-reliant.
I look to others to guide me.
I look to others to guide me.
It's easier for them to do the work than for me to do the work.
It's easier for them to do the work than for me to do the work.
Now, I felt a jolt then. I felt that leave. Anything else?
I'm a piece of garbage.
Oh, God. Well, I'm a piece of garbage. Well, you're not, but let's get rid of all these negatives, right? What else? I'm
I
meaningless.
don't have the power to be successful.
I don't have the power to be successful. Success comes to others, not to me.
My my negative emotions define my character.
My negative emotions define my character. My soul sabotages me all the time.
My soul sabotages me all the time.
I cannot handle this trauma.
I cannot handle this trauma.
How am I supposed to process something that I don't even know what it is?
How am I supposed to process something I don't even know what it is?
It's all just a big mystery.
It's all a big mystery.
I do not deserve to feel good.
I do not deserve to feel good.
I enter into contracts or agreements that I cannot do or do not benefit me.
I enter into contracts and agreements that do not benefit me.
What else?
I'm operating at the wrong dimensional frequency.
Ooh, that was very good. I'm operating at the wrong dimensional frequency. I can't seem to raise that vibration.
I cannot seem to raise the vibration.
Anything else? I felt that pop, actually. That was it. Good job. Anything else? All right, we'll close this one down. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Is everybody feeling good or is there any heaviness left? Great. Everybody's feeling good. Wonderful. This was a really interesting session. I think this is one that we can do again and again and again. Don't forget, you can do the CTT as much as you want. If you want to do the same video 10 times, do it. You know, don't feel that you're restricted. You can do it as much as you want. You want to do 2, 3 sessions a day, do it. Right? You're only going to expedite your healing. If I could, I would be like George and I would sit in a Zoom room all day and wait for people to come by and do CTT. I
When does that
wish
start?
I had that luxury. All
Can you send
right.
us a link? We'll
So
start that. You can just sit there all this week and do CTT for folks. We'll just do that. That'll be fun.
you know what? I would love to because there's a lot of people that need it, right? And people could learn it and people could have this takeaway to use it for themselves. It's a good tool, right? It is. That scaling, that can be done on anything. Oh my God, I'm feeling like a lot of anxiety. So, on a scale of 0 to 10, how bad is the anxiety? It's a 10 level anxiety. Okay. There's a part of me that knows how to let go and heal these 10 level negative emotions, anxiety. The part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. If you are going throughout your day and you catch yourself saying little negative things to yourself each and every day, right? Those little negative statements or feeling negative, write it down. Okay. At the end of the day, you have a list because most of us, we go have that chatter, right? We have a list. Let it go at the end of the day. And if you don't even want to do the opening and the letting go and healing and then the closing, just go to the opposite of that negative emotion, right? If I feel fear, I need to feel confident and safe. If I feel, depressed, I need to feel happy, joyful, whatever it is. And if you can't think of anything to go to the opposite of that negative emotion, then you just use self-love. Self-love is always, all roads lead to self-love, right? Every single time. That is the main emotion that you are supposed to have, that you're supposed to swap out the dark and trade it for self-love. So if you can't think of anything that goes in opposition to your negative self-chatter, use self-love. Okay, so what would you do? I want to easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to transmute my, fear of failure, my lack, whatever it is, my undeserving, into white light self-love. That part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. Finish out the round. You can make it simple. You don't have to go into these long-winded like we do every Monday. You can streamline it. You can make it simple, right? But CTT is a tool that everybody can use in their life. You know how CTT started? You remember how the group started, Ronan? I bet you do. Mr. Reality, we were pumping
Oh, don't
cryptos.
remind me.
We used to pump cryptos and it worked. It worked. But then we started thinking, well, this is there's more to life than just pumping cryptos, right?
Is
Some people
there?
would disagree. Right. All right, so let's close it down. Okay. You guys did a great job, Mr. Reality. Thank you. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
optimum guidance,
optimum guidance,
positive emotional fulfillment,
positive emotional fulfillment,
gratitude,
gratitude,
self-love,
self-love,
self-forgiveness,
self-forgiveness,
forgiveness of others,
the forgiveness of others,
and the optimum ability
and the optimum ability
to transmute
to transmute
any and all negative emotions
any and all negative emotions
and those magnetic attractors
and those magnetic attractors
that invite negative emotions to reside
that
within me,
invite negative emotions to reside
within me,
within me
into white light self-love
into white light self-love
in all of those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
in all of those wonderful spaces we have just opened up.
The part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. And on this final breath of the closing, always remember to send gratitude to your spiritual helpers and divine teams. I always do. Just love and light, gratitude. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Oh, wow. This was an intense session. So thanks, everyone. And we will hold for questions. Don't forget, Mr. Reality does teach remote viewing. You can ask him remote viewing questions too.
That